Hello, my name is Eduardo, and I will be investigating how grooming, in terms of minutes, depends on gender, specifically male and female. So we start with our null hypothesis. Here, our null hypothesis is the difference of means is 0, and women and men spend the same mean amount of time grooming per week. Our alternative hypothesis, which must be proven, is that the difference of mean is not 0. Women and men spend a different mean amount of time grooming per week. So here we're just going to start off with some EDA and summary statistics. So here I chose to do the standard deviations and the mean and median. Here we can see that the standard deviations vary. Female have a larger standard deviation compared to the male. We can also see that the females also have a larger mean compared to the male, 49 versus 33. Also, you can see it in the median, which again, the females have a larger median compared to the male, with a median of 45 compared to a median of 30 for the males. So now that you can, let's move on to the box plot. Here in the box plot, which I already have on this lower right corner window already set up, you can see it's really hard to define the lines, but right here you can see that the female in particular, the female box plot is more skewed to the right compared to the male one. They also have a lot of outliers, especially this outlier over here is what skews this information and causes it to be more skewed right than the male box plot. Now we can also see it being skewed if we pull up a histogram of our information. Now here you can see that the female has a little bit more of a skewed right shape than the male does. And now let's move on to see the equal variance test. We're going to do the bar list test to see if the variances are equal or not. So here, let me just input this. And as you can see, that we get a p-value that's less than 2.2 times 10 to the negative 16, which then helps us conclude that the variances are definitely not equal, because this number is much smaller than 0.05. All right, now let's check out the confidence interval. We're going to use the t-test for that. And then let me input that. All right, as you can see, this is our confidence interval. The t-test is telling us that it's taking the difference between both data sets of both genders, and we're getting a difference between 15.29 and 16.43 should be our average mean difference between the male and female. So of course that is not 0, it does not include 0. So therefore we can conclude that the means are not the same. So at the end we can say we conclude that the difference of means is not 0, and that women and men spend on average different amount of times grooming per week. I hope this helped you learn how to do these problems,